Your book's open to page 140. I promise he'll get to your table. He's coming. Your workbooks are open to page 140. So before we read the next poem, let's review our poetic elements, because some of the questions are going to ask you about poetic elements, so we got to remember what that is. Because remember, you asked Ms. Kennedy and I tell you, good job, keep going, you're amazing. So at the very top, it says authors use poetic elements or features of a poem. So just like story elements, poetic elements are the features of the poem. And it creates a look, a sound, and meaning of the poem. So please highlight that sentence. Poetic elements, because you're going to have a question that you're going to have to describe the poetic elements. So you got to make sure you know what poetic elements are. So poetic elements are the parts of the poem that creates the look, the sound, and the meaning of the poem. Page 140.
Sounds like water.
Poetic elements include line breaks, rhyme, rhythm, and figurative language. So types of poetic elements include the line breaks, figurative language, rhyme, and rhythm. The next three describe each of those individually. So rhyme, we just talked about rhyme. Finding the words that end with the same sounds. And it's a repetition. So rhyme is the repetition of sounds at the end of two or more lines. Like we just discussed, the rhyme creates a rhythm or a pattern or a beat created by stressed words or syllables. Creates that meter of the poem. We talked a lot about figurative language yesterday. So figurative language is descriptive words or phrases that have different meanings. It's not literal. Your backpack does not weigh a ton. Your backpack does not weigh 2,000 pounds. So it's meant to give that meaning. If I say, oh, my backpack's heavy. Okay. But if I say my backpack weighs a ton, I can picture how heavy that backpack is. It gives you that mental picture. Poets use the figurative language to create feeling or mental images. So a lot of times when you read the poems with that figurative language, you can create that mental image, which is that imagery of what the poet is talking about. 140 better. We also talked about one specific type of figurative language. We did discuss a metaphor. It's a type of figurative language. It compares two things without using like or as. So we have to remember the metaphors, they compare things without using like or as. This example, for example, the parking lot is a zoo. So if anybody went out Black Friday shopping, you might have gone to a store and there was cars you had to park way out and there's people running everywhere and shopping carts and everything. I saw people out of Walmart going out, lots of TVs, and the parking lot was a zoo. So there's not wild animals, there's not lions and tigers and bears running around the parking lot. It just means there are just people everywhere and it was so packed. So the parking lot is a zoo is a type of metaphor because it's giving you that it's comparing the parking lot to a zoo. So if I'm telling you the parking lot is a zoo, can you mentally picture how busy that parking lot is? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so now that we know our story elements, we're going to read a really short poem. We're going to be trying to figure out what is the rhyme. Is there a rhythm to the poem? Is there any figurative language? And can we identify a metaphor in the poem? So go back a page. Go back to page 138. Okay. Gives us a little summary about the poet. So Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes, 1902 to 1967, spent much of his adult life in New York City. There, he became one of the best-known poets of the Harlem Renaissance. Hughes often wrote about the Black experience in America. Frequent big ideas in his work include the American dream, social injustice, and the struggle for equality. Why did they put these years in parentheses? Right.
To show
Go back here, one back page. One more. Go back to 138. Go ahead.
To show the time period he lived in.
Okay. It shows the time period he lived in. He lived from 1902 to 1967. So think of that time period. What do you know about that time period? So think back to 1967. I know you weren't alive there, of course, but based on what you've read or what you might have heard, what was going on during that time period? Anybody know? Civil War. What do you think?
The slavery?
Talking about slavery, okay, it was because 1967. And it talks about, he wrote about frequent big ideas in his work that include the American dream, social injustice. What does social injustice mean? We mentioned slavery, so what is social injustice? Think about slavery, what does that mean? Is everyone treated the same?
No.
No, right? So that's what that means. Social injustice. It's their injustice. Remember, it's like if you're incomplete, it's not complete, it's not justice. So using that prefix. In the struggle for equality. So talking about that slavery, the segregation, that's what was going on at this time. And they were trying to get equality, trying to get equal rights. So this is a poem that kind of goes along with that time period. So this poem's a little bit different than the one we read yesterday, the poem Smart. This one's gonna be a little bit different. So as I read aloud, if you hear rhyming words, I want you to circle them. If you happen to notice a metaphor, I want you to underline it. If you hear any other kind of figurative language, maybe a simile or personification, you can underline it as well. So it's titled Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Gianna, why did they highlight this word?
Because
you may not know that word. So they do give you what that word means over here, so it's good to make sure you read it. So unable to produce plants. So life is a barren field frozen with snow. I'll give you 30 seconds. See if you can find any rhyming words. Circle any rhyming words. If you see any kind of figurative language, do you see a metaphor? Do you see a simile? I want you to underline it. 10 more seconds. All right, I want you to discuss in your groups. Person who's gonna discuss first, the person who goes first is the person with the shortest hair. You're gonna either share rhyming words, that's just one set of rhyming words. You're gonna share if you found a type of figurative language. Ready, go. Talking about the poem Dreams. Ashley, what poem did I just read? We're over here, so I don't know why we're looking at this poem. We're looking at this poem. So look at this poem. You should have circled any words that rhyme. I shouldn't see stickers. I should see words that rhyme. I should see something underlined if it's a simile or metaphor. Okay, just girls, rock, paper, scissors, let's go. It's not meant to be a competition, just go. Dawson clearly shares, and somebody shares next, let's go.
I found
So circle any rhyming words to see words that rhyme. So hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. So just dreams. There you go. Good job. Yes. Good job. You're gonna do the same thing here. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Awesome. Good job. Give me a thumbs up once your group is done. You're identifying rhyming words and you're identifying, do you see a simile or metaphor? And once you're done, give me a thumbs up.
You can do metaphor.
Give me another minute. Good job. Ashton's group is done. Awesome job. Good job. Aria's group is done. Awesome job. Once your group is done, you're gonna give me a thumbs up. Try to finish in 30 seconds. Good job, Yuri. Your group is done. Awesome. No, we're not drawing other bodies. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Awesome. Moss's group is done. Kyle's group, we're done? Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna review this. So if I look and I'm saying, and I'm reading this poem for the first time, second time, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. So I look at my end words. Well, dreams and die don't rhyme. Dreams, die, bird, fly. Oh, well, I know die and fly rhyme. So you should have circled those. Give me a thumbs up if you circle those. Do they rhyme? Mm-hmm. I'm teaching. Please pay attention.
She ate it.
No.
I'm not doing this in the middle of my class. I'm teaching. So I would like you to focus on me, and that's the only thing you're focusing on, please. So then I read the next line. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. So I look at my last words to see if they rhyme. Dreams, go, field, snow. Well, I know go and snow rhyme. So I've identified my rhyming words. Does that create a pattern in the two stanzas? Yes, right? So there's like a rhyme scheme. So that it creates a pattern and helps create that beat. So now I need to see, okay, is there any kind of figurative language in here? So I can like picture this and I see life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Well, I know, so it says life is. Ooh, so that reminds me, that's a metaphor. It says is, and it doesn't use like or as, so that's going to be my metaphor. So I'm going to make a note off to the side. That reminds me that's a metaphor. Yes, Mossy? Okay, what did you find?
Life is a barren field.
Excellent. So now I go to the next stanza. So they used a metaphor in this stanza. And if I read the last two lines here, life is a barren field frozen with snow. That's another metaphor. Good job. So I make my notes off to the side. So that helps me kind of annotate the poem. So in poetry, if you have it on paper, yes, it's important to make sure you're making these notes. I know when you take the FAST test and when you take your exemplars in here, it's not on paper, but you can use your highlighting tool. You can underline, you can use different things. So make sure you're marking up the text when we do this. Okay, looking at the question at the bottom. What does the speaker think life is like without dreams? Here's your 1 minute think, your 30 seconds think time, because you're going to discuss with a partner in just a minute. What does the speaker think life is like without dreams? So according to this speaker, if you don't have any dreams, what would life be like? 30 seconds, because you're going to have to share with the partner. You can't go, I don't know. You need to have something to share. 30 seconds. We're not sharing it. Nope. 30 seconds think time. Once you have something to share, stand and push in your chair. According to the speaker, what does he think life would be like if you didn't have dreams, what would your life be like? Okay, we're gonna do a hand up, hair up. I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna play it softly, so you're really gonna have to listen. Because I know with testing next door, you can hear it 4 doors down. I don't know why I hear Dawson. So I'm gonna play the music. You're gonna move quietly around the room. When it stops, you pair up. The tallest person shares first. Go.
Oh no.
Pair up. Tallest person goes first. If you happen to do the same height, rock, paper, scissors. Go.
Your what?
Quickly. You're done. You're done. There you go. Dawson. Dawson, make number 3. Join them. Join them. Wait. There you go.
Oh, you go first.
There you go. Perfect. Watch what it says down. Quickly share.
Yeah. So life without it will be like nothing. So
So far,
it will be ignoring.
I tried to have her say,
When you're done, you answer. Go ahead.
you're taller. Is he taller? Yeah, he's way taller. I know.
I don't know.
Remember my expectations. I clearly said that the tallest person shared first. That was my expectation.
Look at my side.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell your partner you had a great idea. Quietly going back to your seats. I'm going to call on 3 people to share their thoughts. You can either share your thoughts, or if you don't have anything to share because you're not sure, you can share your partner's thoughts. Person number 1. Mossy, what do you think? What does the speaker think life would be like without dreams?
Life is a fair field for stuff.
What does that mean? Life would be what? Hard. Okay, life might be hard. Excellent. Great thoughts. Forgot to mark my mouse. Person number 2. Rahib, what do you think?
Sad and boring.
Sad and boring. Okay. What made you think sad and boring? What words in the poem made you think that?
Life is like a broken winged bird that can fly, or life is a barren field frozen with snow.
Okay, so those 2 metaphors, kind of your picture would be like boring. Okay, I like that. Excellent. And person number 3. Aria, what do you think? What do you think? There's no right or wrong, just what do you think? So, what would life be like if you didn't have a dream? You just kind of went through life. What is that speaker? What is?
Sleeping dream or like a dream?
What do you think it means? Is he sleeping in this? Do you think he's sleeping? So it could be, no, but that's a good question though, because dreams could be something where you're sleeping and you're dreaming, right? Or like, what is your dream? What do you want to do with your life, right? Like, so when I was younger, like my dream was to be a flight attendant. Like, obviously I'm not a flight attendant, but like that was my dream because I wanted to travel the world. So in this one, it's not talking about him sleeping and having dreams because that might be a little bit different, but he's explaining, so hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is broken winged bird that cannot fly. So if you don't have a dream, Arya, what do you think that means? What do you think he's trying to say? It might be lonely. Okay, excellent, great idea. It might be lonely. If you have no idea what you want to do with your life, and that's okay, you're only in 5th grade, you may not. But some of you have some dreams. Some of you know, like, you really like baseball, or you want to be a baseball player, right? So that might be a dream of yours. Like, maybe like my son's dream was to play college baseball. And we worked very hard, and we made his dream come true. If he didn't have that dream, he would just go to school, come home, go in his room, play his video game. Get up, go to school, go home, play his video game. So, it'd be kind of boring. But that's not him. That might be some people, but that's not him. So he had that dream, and he worked hard, and he had that drive, and it gave him something to do. So this is kind of saying that life might be boring, it might be lonely, okay, in this poem. Okay, the next part we're going to do, I'm going to read the next poem to you. Then you're going to go through and mark it up. You're going to do the same thing that we did before. You're going to look for rhyming words. You're going to look for similes and metaphors. Then there is a quick little exit ticket on the back of this page that you're going to complete independently. and then show me so I know if you're understanding it after I read the poem. Okay. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am American. Okay, so I want you to take the next 2 minutes. I want you to go through, circle any rhyming words. If there are rhyming words, so remember, look at the words at the end of each line. Underline any metaphors or similes. Go. Look for rhyming words. Look for similes. Look for metaphors. Give me a thumbs up if you found any rhyming words. Alright, give me a thumbs down if there are no rhyming words. Alright, very good. There's no rhyming words. Not every poem rhymes. I wanted to give you a chance. I wanted to make sure everyone had a chance to like read it, reread it. I wanted you to process. That's why I gave you that time. So the first poem rhymed. This poem does not rhyme. It has a completely different structure. Alright, and that's what poets do to get their thoughts across. Okay? Free verse. Because it doesn't really have any structure. It doesn't have a consistent rhyme scheme in the structure. So this is what would be called a rhyme or a free verse, because there's no rhyme scheme, there's no set pattern, so it's just that free verse poem. Okay, anybody see any metaphors or similes? So similes compare to things using like or as. So we kind of skim through. Do we see any words with like or as? No. Do we see really anything that's being compared to anything? Like life is a barren field. Do we see any of that? Not really. Okay, and that's okay. So not every poem will have that. Okay, so now, which I'm realizing we go to lunch in like 8 minutes. So your quick check before we go to lunch. Turn the page. Page 140 on the bottom. So we have all of your elements up here. We talked about the elements. This is to see if you understand the elements. Here are parts of each poem. You have parts of dreams and parts of I too. It says reread the poems by Langston Hughes. In the stanzas below, underline metaphors, circle words that rhyme, and draw a box around lines that create rhythm. I want you to tear out this page, and you're going to put your name on it, and you're going to turn it in before we go to lunch. Go ahead and get started. If you finish before it's time to go to lunch, you can read your book or work on I Ready. What?
Look on mine.
Guys, okay, we have to be careful. Like, we're fifth graders. We have to be careful. We're bringing it out. Okay. Anaya, back table. The bedroom, back table. Dawson, back table. You have 5 minutes to get this done. Quickly go. Okay. Before reading, I'm taking a reading class, so I have to read. So I'm in school just like you guys are. Okay, So it reminds us, this reread the poems by Langston Hughes in the stanzas below. We're gonna underline metaphors. So remember our metaphors like at the top. The parking lot is a zoo. Okay, so we're gonna remember. It's okay. Parking lot is a zoo, that's a metaphor. We're gonna circle any words that rhyme, and we're gonna draw a box around words that create rhythm. This is independent. This is independent. Get started. Gianna, you're working on page 140. You're tearing it out and you're gonna turn it in as your exit ticket from the 2 poems. So if I read the poem to you, so hold fast to dreams, or if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Let's look. Let's circle the rhyming words. We already did that once. What are our rhyming words? Let's circle them. Yep. So yep. And then we know from reading the first time, we know that go and snow are our rhyming words in the second stanza. Okay, we're gonna underline the metaphor. I know you're getting ready to go. So what's our metaphor? So go ahead and underline it. Underline our metaphor. I should not hear any whispers. I shouldn't hear any talking. This is your exit ticket. You're gonna turn it in to me so I can see, do you understand how to identify metaphors, rhyming words, and rhythm? If you finish before the time is called, you're reading your book or you're working on iReady. What is our other metaphor in the second one? So make sure in the second stanza you underline the metaphor that's in that one. And then it says that we have to draw a box around lines that create rhythm. So hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Underline, yeah, so draw a box around lines that create a rhythm. So rhythm is like the beat. So if there's something that creates a beat in the poem, or is it just like free verse, there's like no rhythm or rhyme to it, like no rhythm to it. So think of like a song. So if you could like, and you're gonna put a box around anything that creates a rhythm, okay? Alright, so what in that poem, is there any words that we could put a box around that creates rhythm? So rhythm is like the beat in the poem, like it's a regular pattern. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. What creates like a beat? Or do you see any repetition? Do you see anything that is repeated?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What do we see that's repeated? Dreams, right? Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die. And then the second stanza, hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go. So it's kind of like that repetition. So draw a box around those 2 lines. Mm-hmm. Have your rhyming word circle? Okay, good job. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing for the next poem. So I too. So remember, this one was a little different. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Are there any rhyming words in that stanza? No, right, we didn't see any rhyming words, so we don't have anything that we need to circle yet. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am American. Is there any rhyming words there? No. Okay. Do we have any metaphors? Life is, or anything that says that's comparing 2 things? No, right? Because it's just saying I am. They send it to the kitchen and company comes. There's nothing really comparing it to anything else. And is there anything that really creates a beat to the poem, a rhythm? This one, that's where it says the stanza, I'm going to draw a box around that middle part there. Because it's kind of like, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. But that part is kind of creating a rhythm. Quickly go, Kylie, we're going to lunch. Quickly go to the bathroom. Please make sure your names are on your papers. I will not grade them. I will just throw them in the trash.
Wait, this is a grade?
It's not going in the grade book, but it's my grade so that I can check it. Okay, put your name on it, turn it in. That's all you have to do. Good job.